Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Reed and today we're doing Inktober. So today is officially Inktober 1st, and before I begin I'm going to quickly go over my supplies. So here I've just got a set of watercolour acrylic, just basic beginner brushes, a few colour pencils and a Faber-Castell set of 4 pens in 4 different sizes. So we've got the brush tip, a medium tip, a small tip and a very small tip. They probably have names that they stand for, but I don't know, so bold, medium, fine and very small. You can see one of those. Then I also have a 0.2 art line, but this isn't exactly water resistant, so I might not use it that much. Also have a white Signo gel pen and a gel silver pen. Just thought I might add this in for some little accessories. The things I'm going to be using is in this little pot here. This isn't the pot it came in, this is actually an old thing of tequila. It's just plain old Indian ink. I'm also going to be trying out food dye. Now I was given the hack that food dye can be used as a substitute for coloured inks. I don't know how accurate this is, but as you can see it's just this little one here. It's been watered down quite a bit. I've only ever used this black Indian ink, so I'm not sure about coloured ink, but I'm very broke at the moment. So I'm going to be trying this out. I might, if I enjoy using inks, might get a pink or magenta ink further into Inktober, but for now I'm using this. You can call it cheating if you want, but I'm using mostly ink with the tiniest bit of this, so I mean, the rules, there's nothing extra in the rules, it's just make an ink drawing every day of Inktober and post it with the hashtag. You can do an undersketch, you can do all of that. There's nothing in the rules that says you can't use any other medium, so, because I know I'm going to get people to say, but anyway, I think that's all my supplies. If I use anything else throughout Inktober, for example markers or pens, I'll be sure to add them in at the beginning of the video that I'm going to be using them in. Anyway, so I'm going to get started on the inking now. Bye! So hello and welcome to the voiceover part of this. I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so I apologise, my voice sounds like shit. So right now I'm just going over with the, I think this is the medium or fine one, so not the second smallest brush. Never I have at the moment. So today I'm doing my witch character girl. Now I'm using the smallest tip. She's kind of just a character I accidentally made because I kept drawing her. She's inspired by the Instagram model Jowza. I'll leave a link to her Instagram in the description below. But she's very pretty and I kind of just started drawing her as a witch and then it continued. Also, I'm sorry a lot of this is off screen at the moment. I'm still getting used to my setup. And I'm very new to YouTube, but I promise that's one of my goals for Inktober. But that's what I'm going to try and be discussing in the next video, because there is another thing that I need to talk about in this video, even though I'm already kind of late to the game. So, the creator of Inktober released a statement about digital art recently, and I think some people took it the wrong way. They're going back on screen. Basically, he just said that you can do it on digital if you want, but it won't be the same as doing it traditionally, which I think is true because ink is a very unique medium. I use watercolors a lot, and even though you can dilute it, watercolors, it still reacts very differently to anything we've used before. Now, I'm mostly traditional artist, but I have tried out digital art. I've got a new tablet at the moment and I'm actually trying out digital art. But the point of digital art is to simulate what traditional art can create. Also, as you can see here, I'm starting to get a leak because I've put two wet mediums next to each other. I do end up having to work around that. It doesn't necessarily destroy the piece, it just makes it a little more difficult and slightly change the end result that I was going for, but whatever. That's what was one of Jake's points as to why he thinks it should be done in traditional art, is because you have to work with the mistakes, because ink is a very permanent medium. That's the one I think is less important. I think the more the texture and the way ink reacts is what would be more important, but the point of the challenge is to improve your art. That's why he created it, is because he wanted to get better at his own art. So if you're a digital artist, there's no point. Well, I mean, there is a point to you trying ink if you want to, but if you want to improve your art, do it digitally. I'm doing it with ink because I had it on me, plus I'm a watercolor artist, and those two mediums are very similar. So I can still improve my watercoloring techniques through ink, even though they react differently. But I think some people took it the wrong way, and it was not said very well on his part, to be honest. The way he said artists can just Control Z. I mean, that is true. Digital art, you can Control Z or undo. You can move around bits of the drawing, and you can be finicky with your art. But that's not always a good thing, because sometimes you can spend too long obsessing over getting every line perfect, and then actually you end up decreasing the piece, because sometimes the mistakes can make a piece better. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but again, with digital art, that's something I'm struggling with, is that I've got too much power to Control Z, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. The point of Inktober is to improve your art and your own skills, and try out a new medium if you want. Ink is a very cool medium. I highly suggest it if you can afford it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm bloody broke. That's why I'm using an ink I've had for years, and food dye. Because I'm not a big fan of ink. It's not something I use every single day. I mean, I like it, but I'm heavily a watercolor artist, so I don't see the point in buying something I'm only going to use once for a single month. But I mean, if you have that kind of money to blow, or you really want to try and get into inks, do it. But digital art or traditional, either way, you're still making art every single day, which can be a struggle, especially when it's a finished piece. Because most people struggle to just sketch every day, because life is busy, man. Life is just, very busy. And we can't always control what goes on. And, just do your best. I don't think the medium is really that important. Yes, it's called Inktober, but as I said, he created it to improve his own art, and it became a challenge and blew up. I think ink is a cool medium. If you have the accessibility to it, just use it, because I think it's fucking cool. But the thing is, pure ink itself is expensive, but you don't have to do Inktober in Indian ink. You can do it in ballpoint pens, anything you have lying around. It doesn't have to be expensive. I just wanted to do an Indian ink because it's closer to watercolour, and that's what I'm used to. But I think, people get carried away with how much an art supply costs, but really just ballpoint pens are ink, felt tips are ink, bloody highlighters are ink. You can use them all. Sharpies. There are so many different forms of ink, and they all react differently. Ballpoint pens, everyone's used to those, because we've all pretty much probably gone to school or had to write something down in our lives. But when you make art with them, it's very different to making art with a brush pen. You don't have the line thickness or variation. You have to create that. Even felt tips are very different again. But it's all ink. Honestly, if I was doing it digitally, I would try and do maybe one at least, just in plain old inks. Ballpoint pens, felt tips, just whatever. Because I think it's fun to play with new mediums. I'm not saying you have to do it because it's Inktober and you should be using ink. I'm saying you've got the opportunity to play with a new medium. I'd say take it. You should always be trying to expand your skills And you never know, you can actually learn things from different mediums that you can apply to your normal medium because you're thinking of using it differently just because it's a new medium. You know, don't box yourself into just, I mean, if you have to do digital art because of this problem or that problem, that's fine. Like, you have to use it that way. I mean, yeah, like, there's no one going to stop you from doing Inktober on your tablet, as he said, or whatever. But, you know, I'd say if you've got the accessibility to try something new, try it. It doesn't have to be expensive, just do it. Also here, I'm sorry it's kind of hard to see, my camera was focusing in and out. But I'm adding in the tattoos. On her shoulder she has sage, and up her arm she has wolfsbane. Now I promise the next video will be in higher quality, it's just that my phone decided it hated me and it wouldn't upload anything in full quality, so yeah, but I'm gonna have it fixed before tomorrow, I swear. So now I'm just adding in the bones for her leggings because I figured it'd be easier to just go over the whole thing with an ink wash and then come back and add in the white with a pen, which I think worked pretty well, although by the time I got to the pen I couldn't actually see where the lines were, so I just had to look at the original sketch and wing it. Also, the pink lines are not the original sketch. I pre-sketched most of these, like the months leading up to Inktober. Also, sorry about the shadow. The light changed as the day moved on, but I'm going to turn on the light in a minute, I think. I definitely turn on the light eventually, but yeah, as I was saying. So again, this might be considered cheating, but I can spend up to like 4 days on a sketch because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. That's something I want to work on, but not right now. I wanted to get everything pre-sketched so during Inktober I could just get the inking done, because the inking takes quite a bit of time, and I just knew I was not going to get a decent sketch done every single day as well as an ink drawing. So I pre-sketched all of them. Then I made this book with 31 decent quality paper, I think. I don't know the weight, I'm sorry, but I think it's around 180 maybe slightly higher. It feels decently thick. Right, so I pre-sketched all of them. I'm going to trace them into this sketchbook that I made with 31 pages. Well, hopefully 31, I might have miscounted. Yeah, the page is ever so slightly smaller than A5, but it still works as an A5. It's like a centimetre or two smaller on each side, but whatever. Yeah, so each drawing is pre-sketched. A lot of them are characters, some of them are a little bit more simple. But yeah, I'm really excited to do Inktober. Tomorrow, when I do the next video, I'm going to try and talk about my goals for Inktober, because I think it's important to have goals when you're doing a challenge like this, because otherwise, if you lose steam, you're going to run out of steam very quickly because you don't have the goals to keep you going. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to making more Inktober videos, and I hope you guys are looking forward to watching them. I promise I'll get better at being a YouTuber. I swear, I'm very new to this, and I haven't filmed in a very long time. So the setup is actually completely changed since I last filmed, so I'm like, okay. But yeah, I'm figuring it out, and I'm getting there. So here I'm just adding in the smoke from a teacup, as well as this really cool skeleton jug. I don't know where I got the idea from. I'm like, I just want to make a skeleton into a teapot, and then pour it into a teacup, because I love tea. I drink a balls ton of tea. Like, a lot of tea. Also, I'm trying not to swear because YouTube. Anyway, yeah, so here I'm standing on the background. I'm just adding in her crystal ball. You guys can't see the lines, but I swear I can. I'm not that good that I can just add in a background. There are pre-sketched lines there, I swear. As I said, tomorrow when I fix my phone, I will be able to upload it in a higher quality. It's just at the moment, I just want to get this video out because this is the second time I have filmed this, because the first time I got about halfway through the inking and then my phone decided to delete all the files, so I had to refilm all of it. So yeah, plus then I've had problems with my phone not wanting to export because I was low on space, clearing up space, then it still being weird, and then just it was not a great ordeal. But you know, tomorrow's going to be a new day, and I'm hoping it's going to go a lot better. You know, again, I'm working on the background. I started off with the background very, very light because I am very new to backgrounds. It's something I've done before, and I don't know how dark to make them because I don't want to lose from the character, but I don't want them to look too faded either. See, here I am just adding in a wash. I probably chose a bit too big of a brush for the right hand side, but whatever, I went with it. Now I'm just adding in the floor, well, the floor, illusion floor. Background is something that's part of my goals for Inktober, is that I want to get better at them. Also here I just added in a quick little layer of shading around the bottom of her legs. And now I'm just adding in the details in pencil, kind of the outlines. I don't really like to outline in black. The only thing I do in black are, you know, glasses, eyelashes, nothing like too much. I don't know why, I just like the look of very kind of subtle lining. When I do watercolours, I often use colour pencils to do the lining in different colours that kind of match the watercolour but slightly dark or slightly more pink or whatever, depending on what the area needs. Here I am darkening up the base of the crystal ball. Also, you can't see it, but I've added a lot of cloudy texture into that crystal ball. And that's it, back to past me. This is the finished Inktober piece for day 1. This is actually the second time I had to paint this because I originally lost all the footage for the first one, but I'm still loving the way this one's turned out. I'm not sure if the background should be darker or not. It's my first attempt at a background, so what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. Also, I'd like to come over here so you guys can see the shine of that pretty metallic pen. Also, I've noticed that Indian ink, when it is, because her hat's not wet, but when pure Indian ink dries, for some reason it goes really shiny, but, you know. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope to see you tomorrow for Inktober Day 2. My name is Reed, and my channel name is Reed is Making Art, if you want to follow me. It's also my Instagram tag, if you want to follow me there and see all the art I'll ever do. Anyway, don't forget to